Okay, so we have the second weekly recap. Excited, really looking forward to make this video. Even though not much happened, I'm down to fucking get into it. First of all, Merry Christmas. I hope you had a wonderful day spending time with your family. And if not, I hope you worked your ass off backtesting or reflecting or doing something else that will move the needle. But anyways, Merry Christmas. And also, just in advance, Happy New Year's. I got a new microphone. It's the DJI Mic Mini. Maybe I can just show it real quick. It's this one. So yeah, I'm gonna be making better quality audio content, which I'm really excited and looking forward to. But last week has been, well, it's been kind of on and off. I did took 2 trades. Actually, I took 3 trades, and one of them was a big mistake because it was a revenge trade. I know it's stupid. Wait, let me turn on the light real quick. But I had to make the mistake once. I actually made a trade on gold, but I had no idea how to actually calculate how to put it in your MetaTrader, because I know that it's completely different than how you would do it with Forex. And eventually I ended up losing like 1600. No. I ended up losing like over $1,000 or euros in demo with gold, even though I only wanted to risk like what, it was like 1% of my account, so that would be like 95 euros, dollars. But eventually I ended up investing $1,000. So I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know how to do it. I still need to figure that out. But I actually want to go on the dashboard real quick, over on the trades that I took. It's going to be real quick. But if I go to the trades, let's see. So yeah, this doesn't really count because I accidentally double clicked or something like that. So I put this trade and then I eventually just directly cashed out. So yeah, I guess this 34 euros profit was nice, but it didn't really count because I completely removed it afterwards. Then if we go to this one, oh man, I took this trade first. Okay, it was GBP USD. Let's see, did I journal it? Yes, I did. Well, I got stopped out, as you can see. I don't really remember my confluences. I know that this is also something that I need to prepare more before I actually show the trades, but just to give you an idea, I do remember this trade. We were on GBP USD. There was no news on this day, if I'm correct, or there was not a high impact news, and the market was looking really bullish. And I was just looking, and I still saw that there was no pre-market liquidity sweep. So I noticed a 5-minute fair value gap. So I hope that if it would give me some manipulation, some type of retracement to still go bullish, because it just kept going and going, I wanted to at least fill in this fair value gap. And eventually, I remember that eventually I got stopped out, and right after I got stopped out, it pushed up. And this is something that happens a lot of times in my trades. It's like I predict where it's going. Like I think so far from the 10 trades, 8 out of them I predicted where they were going, but then when I put the trade, I got stopped out, and then afterwards it went to the direction where I already expected it to go. And I'm also kind of in this battle of, okay, what is my entry model? What is my strategy exactly? Because I'm still a bit confused on my entry model itself. I will make a separate video about my entry model once I actually have dialed it in a little bit more. You know, what do I do to actually, what am I looking for before I actually place a trade? But this is the first trade, got stopped out, learned my lesson. I actually journal everything here. I don't mind showing you. Then we have the big one, the boom. Let's see. Yeah, I did journal it, okay. This was just like, oh, again, it did go to where I wanted to go. I got stopped out here, like aggressive. Like I saw this 1-minute order block, and we were bullish on gold, and there was no high impact news. Like I think it was a no news day, and no, that's not true. That's not true. I know I'm kind of like flipping around with a backtesting day. But there was no high impact news for as what I can remember, and it kept going. It was really choppy, but I was like, I saw the big numbers on my screen in profit, and I was like, holy shit, even though I made a mistake with the amount of pips that I put or the amount of money that I risked, well, it still kind of looks like I'm gonna make some good money of it. And then I saw the big number, and then I was like, okay, let's just fucking try it and let's do it. But eventually it kept down. This spiked up, like I was like, because it went down, and then it had this huge spike up, and I was like, okay, we're back in the game. And then a couple seconds later, like 3 minutes later, I got stopped out. It was like, doof. It was absolutely terrible because it swiped a low, and then it actually it created this order block. It got out of it, and then it revisited it, and then eventually it had a strong buying power out of it. So I was like, this is a good entry for me. And then eventually I got stopped out. I'm sure I can still find this trade. It was so painful. Yeah, here we go. If I look at gold right now, where is it? Here. Oh, okay, I'm wrong. Okay, so I'm wrong. It kept going down. It only went up way later. But if I look at it, yeah, it did sweep some lows. Maybe if I go to the hourly lows. No, it didn't sweep. It swept these hourly lows, but it's not like it's like, I don't know. I actually expected it to sweep these lows, but eventually it went go up, but not in the direction that I wanted it to go. Let's see. Yeah, I actually thought that it would sweep these lows, and I didn't expect them to go to these. This was London session, so I was actually looking at what are the London session lows, and it actually swept all of these lows. So I thought, okay, if it just sweeps this one, it will probably go up. I was looking for my confluence, saw this 1 minute order block. No other confluences. It didn't even hit equilibrium if it would, or it didn't even hit any fair value gap. So it was really just an order block that I was depending on. So yeah, it wasn't really a good trade. I didn't even rate it. Did I rate it? No, I would really literally just rate it a 3-star trade, because yeah, it was just terrible. If you want to read what I journaled, just pause the video. And then we have the other one. This one. This was so stupid. There was like revenge trade, because I literally just thought like, okay, I think it was like, yeah, it was right here. I thought I re-entered here, and then it went more down. I was like, fuck. And then it actually went up. I was like in a 500 euros profit, and I was like, okay, should I cash out? But I was like, oh no, we have so strong bullish candles, it will probably go up. And then it eventually crashed down, and I managed to get out to only lose 110. But I took 3 trades, lost all 3 of them, and one of them was a stupid revenge trade. Learned my lesson. I hope I don't do it again. No, I won't do it again. Look, it's Christmas. You can still, like, if you actually wanted to make some good money, you could have definitely, if you wanted to, if you managed to find an entry here, like, come on, put your stop loss. Put your fucking stop loss right here. Enter off whatever strong breakout. Oh no, I see a fair value gap here. Boom, close underneath it. Boom, put this above these highs. Boom, or even lower. You had a massive 2.75 before you got stopped out. So it would have been a good trade if you found your entry over there, but let's not think about like that. And besides this, I'm reading a book from Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone. Pretty interesting book. I think that you really do need to focus on it, because sometimes my thoughts kind of distract me, and then I kind of miss the point of the chapter. But it really talks about the psychology of trading and what it actually takes to become a profitable trader. Like, what is the mindset you need to acquire? He doesn't teach you any strategy or whatever, because I mean, you don't even need that. You don't need to look for a strategy in a book. You can find it on fucking YouTube. But it's a really good book if you want to get into trading psychology, which you probably should. And then this week it was just celebrating Christmas, spending some time here with my girlfriend and at her mom's, and also doing some other work on the side for cash flow, building his personal brand and the editing videos. So it was a pretty chill week, you know, nothing to complain. We'll see what next week is going to bring me. Next week, I am definitely going to be focusing on building my strategy, because I still have a lot of trouble actually finding the right entry model for myself, an entry model that makes sense to me. Because right now I know multiple confluences like fair value gaps, etc., and order blocks, breaker blocks, liquidity sweeps, blah blah blah, all those type of things. But I know there's so much more to learn, but I gotta keep it simple. So I gotta find an entry model that works and makes sense to me. I definitely, when I sit down to study the market, I can really see the power of liquidity sweeps. Like I can really just see how the market responds to them, and that price always goes towards liquidity. I have also wrote it down in my bullet planner that liquidity is pretty much like it's pretty much like a magnet. And then we also have fair value gaps and inverse fair value gaps that also work really, really well. I do gotta get a little bit into SMT divergent, because I know it's also pretty powerful, and whatever else comes with it. But I'm not gonna overcomplicate it or overthink it, because I'm just gonna use what makes sense to me and just make something out of it and combine multiple different confluences and strategies to make my own, because that is what I believe is going to make me profitable, to eventually just have a strategy that makes sense to myself and I can execute even with my eyes closed. Okay, that wouldn't make much sense, but you know what I'm trying to say. And for the channel itself, I have a lot of ideas of type of content I want to make, like split screens, strategy videos, etc., driving in a car, talking about psychology, life, myself, everything. I have so many ideas that I can't even choose what to do, but I'm just going to do things one by one, see what get respected the most, see what people actually like, and see what also fits me, because at the end of the day I'm doing it for myself. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. That was going to be my quick trading recap from last week. This week, 3 trades, 3 losses, 1 revenge trade, stupid mistake, got a new microphone, spent some time, put some time into also cash flow and versatile branding. Next week, I'm going to be focusing on just my strategy, backtesting, studying, and also just still building these things on the side. So it's pretty solid, moving the needle, nothing overcomplicated. I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun. Happy New Year's, and see you in 2 days on Tuesday.